Hello and welcome to the Dressing Gown Diary. I'm Lloyd and this is a review show of round 2 of the World Cup and a preview show of the third rounds of games. It all gets very, very serious here. People have been moaning about my hair, so I decided to just find any hat I could to cover it up. You'll notice the Welsh national anthem in the background. Why is that? What a result by Wales at Twickenham on Saturday. I still do not understand how England conspired to lose that game, and that's what they did. Make no moans about this. Wales were in disarray. They were losing the line-out, they were losing the scrum, they'd had players injured. It was all going wrong, but yet somehow, through a lot of this and a bit of this, they came up trumps. How England cannot expose a team that had a wing at centre, had a fly half at fullback and had a scrum half on the wing in the back line, I do not know. And unfortunately, Lancaster, it may well be the biggest game you've ever lost, because I think you're going to struggle on Saturday against Australia and this could spell the end of your England career. It doesn't get any bigger for England now. Why didn't they take the shot at the 3 points? They had the opportunity to draw the game. With the bonus point already in the bag against Fiji, this would have put them in a very, very good position within the group, knowing that a win against Australia or even a bonus point loss might be enough to put them through. However, greedily going for the corner, thinking they can do it and then not. Why you throw to the front? There's already been a lot of press talk about that. The other thing that I'd like to talk about, the number of penalties that England gave away. How on earth, as a professional rugby player, do you not know that you can't put your hands into the ruck? England, every time they got ahead, gave penalties away that just allowed Wales back in. Now, there's no question Dan Biggar had a phenomenal night. But still, Wales to somehow find the win is just amazing. And I'm very, very pleased to say that I was there singing hymns and arias as we were leaving Twickenham with lots of glum English faces. So moving on to the next round of games, though. Today, Wales play Fiji, and I'm sure every Englishman in the country will be dressed up in their white, perhaps drawing on a little the emblem of Fiji and supporting Fiji, because if Wales get a bonus point win here today, they are very, very well placed to progress. It all gets serious on Saturday. There's 2 massive games on Saturday. The first one up, you've got Scotland against South Africa. A loss for South Africa could effectively put them out of the tournament as well. It's still going to be very, very difficult. And then, of course, you've got the big one at Twickenham. The big one. You've got Australia against England. All the talk this week have been of how England are going to destroy Australia's scrum as they have been. I don't think that England have the scrum that they think they do. They've struggled against Fiji. Yes, they did well against Wales, but that was with the referee giving penalties in situations that, you know, perhaps another referee would interpret differently. They haven't got the grunt that England have traditionally had. So I don't think Australia will be looking at this worried. What they will be looking at is the way that Wales in the second half opened up play and used width and scored tries. The try they scored came from deep play where they exposed a weakness. Brad Barrett is left there going, I don't know, which way do I turn? And Lloyd Williams, a scrum half playing on the wing, chipping inside. The Australians like to attack down the wide channels, so they'll be looking at that with comfort. What can England do? Well, England have changed their team yet again. So you've got Joseph and Brad Barrett in the centres with Owen Farrell at fly half. I mean, those that have watched the Dressing Gown Diary previously know my views on Owen Farrell. He is a 7 out of 10, doesn't make that many mistakes, but he doesn't create anything. That was shown on Saturday. He had a very, very good game. He kicked all his penalties. But don't forget, in the last quarter, he started kicking from hand aimlessly that allowed Wales back into the game with a 10-point lead. I can't understand why you would play him. I would put forward there, go for the creativity, create problems for the other team. Matt Gittu made an interesting comment earlier in the week when they was talking about the selection problems and the way England are going to play. His comment was, well, we know how we're going to play and that's the game we're going to play. We don't worry about the opposition. And Lancaster's got it into his head. He's too worried about what other teams are doing and not worried about the identity. While they have a marketing identity, they don't have a playing identity, and that's what's important at international rugby. You've got to know how you're going to play. You've got to be able to adapt to the situation at the time, because I'm pretty sure that New Zealand, Australia, South Africa and Ireland would have been able to expose the changes that Wales were forced to make through injuries in the latter part of the game at Twickenham last week. I don't think England can do that. They can't adapt, they can't think for themselves, they're coached too hard, they don't know what's going on, they always look over. You know, Rob Shaw's indecision about whether to take the kick for the corner or take the kick for the post. It's systematic of a system that's been developed by Lancaster, that's a collective and also heavily coached. This is what we do in this situation, this is what we do in this situation, and they struggle to think on their feet. So there's a lot going to happen this weekend. New Zealand are obviously up again. They're playing in Cardiff on Friday nights. There's 2 games in Cardiff tonight and tomorrow. It's all exciting. But Freddie's flutter for the weekend. You can get Australia at +2.5 on markets. That is Freddie's flutter for the weekend. I'd also back Wales to win by more than 16 that's on tonight. Those that have followed the flutter will know that last week we were clearly successful in backing Wales and Wales +8. So hopefully we can continue because I'm there to make you guys money. Don't forget to follow us at Gown-Diaries on Twitter and obviously the Facebook page. But for now, over and out. Enjoy the weekend's rugby and fingers crossed for those English fans out there that you might get through. And for the rest of the world who already know what they want, Australia to win, send England packing. Thank you very much. God bless.